Alright, here we go. This is a video I've honestly expected never to make. Hytale was a game that was announced all the way back in 2018, and it was being developed by Hypixel, the creators behind one of the most popular Minecraft servers in the world. Their goal was ambitious, to build what they envisioned as the successor of Minecraft, essentially Minecraft 2, a game that has expanded on Minecraft's foundation and turned it into something bigger than they could ever imagine. They wanted to make something bigger, deeper, and more ambitious. Fast forward to 2020, and Hypixel sold Hytale to Riot Games, hoping that a much larger company could provide resources that they could never access on their own. This move transitioned the team from a small mod-like team to a more professional development studio. It brought job security, long-term stability, mentorship from experienced developers, and even a permanent office space. Over the next few years, the team worked tirelessly on this game, so much so that Riot reportedly spent $140 million on Hytale's development. And then surprisingly, the project was cancelled. Not long after, Hypixel founder Simon Collins the Flame bought back the Hytale IP for an estimated 20 to 30 million. And now Hytale is back, now currently available in a early access for $19.99, $39.99, or $70 if you want the Founders Edition. So what is Hytale? Is it worth the $20? And an even bigger question, was it worth the $140 million invested into its development? Is it fair to call it this Minecraft 2? And do I think this can actually succeed Minecraft? Let's get into it. In 2020, Riot Games, the studio behind League of Legends, bought Hypixel Studios. At the time, we all thought this was the greatest thing that could happen to it. Unlimited money, top-tier developers, and the backing of a multi-billion-dollar giant. But then, the silence started. Between 2021 and 2024, Hytale went into a dark period. During this dark period, we've heard almost nothing about the game. Later, I found out why. Riot had authorized a massive ground-up rewrite of the entire game. They weren't just polishing it, they were throwing away the original Java engine and rebuilding everything into a C++. This would allow the game to be cross-platform and future-proof. By some industry estimates, supposedly Riot funneled approximately $140 million into the project. They built a permanent office in Derry, hired hundreds of people, and provided high-end mentorship. But here's the problem. When a company spends that much money, they stop caring about the fun and start caring about the return on investment. By June of 2025, Riot realized that Hytale wasn't going to be the next Roblox for them. It was a money pit. They officially canceled the project. The $140 million spent was just gone, or so they thought, because while Riot saw a failed corporate asset, Simon saw his life's work, and that brings us to one of the most insane buybacks in gaming history. But thinking about the timeline, I think the story is even deeper than just corporate management. If you look at the 2018 announcement trailer, the one with 60 million views, that game looks and feels like the game that we're playing in early access right now. And that leads me to think that the Hytale version that Riot spent $140 million on wasn't the one we got. It feels like the 2026 early access was the original Java version. From what I see right now, I can't find anything that confirms that, but what I am going to say is that if I do find anything, you'll probably be seeing it on screen right now. Because it seems like we're playing the older Java version, it makes you wonder, were the changes that Riot wanted, the cross-platform focus, the professional engine rewrite, just a massive corporate cash grab? Or were they trying to turn what would be a dream game into a sterilized, microtransaction heavy platform that couldn't fit into the original version? And the biggest what if of all, if Riot didn't step in and had forced the engine transition, Hytale could have released during the 2020 quarantine. Imagine how massive the game is right now. Imagine how massive this game would have been if it launched when everyone was stuck inside, looking for the next Minecraft. I understand that the game is still a massive success, but just think about it. A game that's an open sandbox that you can spend hundreds of hours in, and almost everyone is stuck inside. The community probably would have been a lot bigger. Riot didn't just spend $140 million, they might have cost 6 years of this game's life. For 5 months in 2025, Hytale was dead. The official site was frozen, the devs were laid off, and the Minecraft killer had become a cautionary tale about corporate overreach. But then the impossible happened. In 2025, Simon Collins LaFlame, the original founder who had been sidelined since the Riot acquisition, stepped back into the light. He didn't just make a statement, but he made an offer. He negotiated a deal to buy back the Hytale IP, was willing to put the Hypixel brand back on it compared to what it's been from Riot Games for an estimated $20 to $30 million. This wasn't just a business move, this was a total reboot. Simon and co-founder Philippe Touche committed 10 years of their personal funding to the project. They immediately rehired over 30 of the original developers and made a decision that would change everything if it's true. I believe they threw away the Riot engine. They went back to a 4-year-old legacy build from 2021, the one developed in Java, that actually felt like the game that we were promised. They stopped trying to make a perfect corporate product, decided just to give us the game that we've been waiting for since 2018. By going back to their roots, they did this in about 2 months, what Riot couldn't do in 5 years. They got the game ready for us to actually play. And on January 13th, 2026, Hytale finally entered early access. It's messy, it's buggy, and it's a true early access, but for the first time in nearly a decade, Hytale is actually ours. Now I decided to venture into Hytale on stream, so here's just a sneak peek at what my reactions was live. Loading world. Okay. We have the right name. Whoa. First off, settings. This is cool. First off, I love the emphasis they put on you spawning in. I really, really, really do. So there is climbing in this game. There's item in there. You can sit. That's cool. That's cool. Minecraft doesn't have that. Oh, wow. So they automatically have like built in the tree topper mod. Alright, let's get into the actual game. Full transparency, I'm not a pro. I haven't spent hundreds of hours on it yet, and I've probably spent about 15 to 20. According to Google, the standard for reviews is that you need at least 5 to 10 hours for a real opinion. So I'm sitting at about double that, and man, there's a lot to unpack. It starts with the home screen, and honestly it's clean. You got your public and private servers, the ability to host for free, or just a plain Jane survival world. But the first thing that you get hit with is the skin customization. Some people are calling it legendary, but I'm going to be completely honest, it's not perfect. If you are a very generic white guy who has a very simple taste like myself, you're going to have a field day. But I have a friend Void who had a much harder time. The assets didn't fit his specific style of character. It's deep, but it's not limitless. At least, not yet. But once you actually dive into the world, they make spawning in feel special. There's this fancy visual circle that surrounds your feet when you arrive. It makes the start of a brand new world feel impactful. In Minecraft, it's like, hey, I exist now, which is fine, but Hytale makes it that your first steps actually feel special. The biome diversity is huge. For the most part, a lot of them follow a standard pattern, but when you hit the outliers, it ranges from a regular forest to an insane lava-based biome filled with volcanoes, and well, generally just a bunch of things that just want to kill you. The underground is where things get intense. I've gone deep enough to enter these lava areas, and life down there is crazy. I've seen lava frogs and these giant golems made out of lava and rock. Goblin camped with pitfall traps that I barely survived. Honestly, I've only touched the surface. It's like what I've experienced is just like the tip of the Titanic iceberg, visible above the water, but everything that I had yet to discover is the massive part hidden underneath. If you're worried about spending $20 on this game, don't be, because it's honestly worth every penny. So that brings probably the biggest question of all. Was Hytale worth the $140 million Riot Games supposedly sank into it? Honestly, I'm not sure. From what I understand, the game that we are seeing in early access today is largely the game that Hypixel had already developed pre-acquisition. So you have to wonder, was Riot taking over even worth it? Back in 2020, yes, the potential was astronomical. But in my opinion, what Riot did with that potential was turn it into a massive cash sink. They tried to tear the game apart and rebuild the engine when it was already so close to the finish line. That $140 million could have been spent finishing the game years ago, but instead, it went into a corporate detour that almost killed the project. Which leads to the ultimate debate. Is it fair to call this Minecraft 2 or Minecraft successor? I'm going to say no, at least not yet. I know it's a very controversial thing to say, especially with all the hype I've been giving it. But right now in the current state of it, I don't think it's a successor yet, or a Minecraft 2 yet. But I believe that it's almost there. There are still a handful of things that need improvement. I don't want to just focus on the bad though. But to be the successor, you have to nail the details. For example, the lack of sound effects when placing certain blocks. That kind of polish is what's missing right now. But instead of focusing on all of the bad, I want to focus on the good. I believe with time, these new independent devs can turn this game into so much more than just a clone. It will become something like a Minecraft 2. I can already see a future where massive content creators like the Hermitcraft crew move over to these new worlds, and just the scale of the builds, it's insane. I don't think it's the successor today, but I think it will be with time. At the end of the day, Hytale's journey is only just the beginning. We waited 8 years to get here, and despite the corporate detours and the $140 million mess, the heart of this game survived. Is it perfect? No. Is it Minecraft 2 today? Not quite. But is it the most exciting thing to happen to the sandbox genre in a decade? Absolutely. I'm genuinely excited to see where this goes. I think once the devs polish the sound bugs and expand the customization, we're going to see a total shift in how we play block games. I can already see SMPs and the creator world starting to form. And honestly, I just want to be a part of it. And speaking of being a part of it, I need to make sure you guys are subscribed, because on the 28th, me and my friends are going to be taking it back to the basics with a custom Minecraft escape room map. I want to thank you so much for watching, and if you want to watch another video right now, click the video on the left. If you want to subscribe, make sure to click the button on the right. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one, and I'll see you in Orbis. Peace!